What's up, guys? How's it going? So I decided to make a video on the Ford F350. I use a lot of trucks around here, and I've had the pleasure to borrow this one. And so I've put it through its paces. Basically, I've been moving firewood with it. Also moved a slide-in camper. This is a real-time test, so basically the video is just showing you guys what you can actually get into this truck. And that's a big question people want to know. They want to know what you can actually get in the truck. I don't see many videos out there where the trucks are loaded up and you can see exactly what you can get into it. So that's what this video is about, because then it can show what we can get into the back of this truck. So we can easily fill this truck up with hardwood. It doesn't really put the truck down too bad. It's on the overloader a little bit, you can see, but it's not loaded down too much. But when we had this locust in here, and you can see this wood here, this stuff is really hard and it's heavy. We had it loaded up with that, and it was a heavy load. We had that in the trailer here. You could feel it. Like even with the 6.7 diesel, it was downshifting uphill. So we definitely put a load on this truck with that locust. So I'm just going to go back in time with some footage and show you guys what we did with the truck. The F350, we have it loaded up with firewood in the back. This isn't a full load in the back here, but we have the trailer on the back. This is locust. It's really heavy wood. You can see here it's really hard. It's good burning. We have a full load in the back of the trailer here. So the trailer's good for 4,400 pounds cargo. I have no idea what's in here right now, but it's pretty heavy. But we're not over the maximum. All the wood at the back here is dry wood, so it shouldn't weigh that much. And then we have the locust up here. That looks good. You can haul it out of here, I guess. All right, I think we're ready to haul out of here. Whoa, that's heavy. Stand this thing. All right, so we got a load in here, and we've just pulled into the yard, and there's a little bit of mud. It's just a little greasy on top, but we're gonna try it and see. Nope. Fortunately, it's getting stuck. Oh yeah, she's coming closer to the GMC. Some of the weight out of the back of the trailer, we put more weight in the back of the truck. So slippery. Oh, there she goes. Oh. There she goes. Got it. Got it. Take the load down to the pile because we can't just put it in the yard. It has to go out here so it can dry. Okay, we're stuck again. Yeah, she's not going anywhere. Hubs are locked. It's in four-wheel drive. Nope. Yeah, that's as far as you're gonna get it. It's a pretty heavy load. We have a gross vehicle weight rating here of 6,000 pounds. Even though we're loaded up, it just won't do it. So we're loaded up, so each one of those logs are probably 40 to 60, and then the big ones were over 100 pounds, I think. Just taking her like a champ. "2015 F350 Super Duty." And we're doing a load test here, and we have a slide-in camper. We had the whole back of the truck filled, and it was down even more than what's this camper's pushing it down now. So, and you can see here that we're on the overloaders, and I don't know if I can push on this. Yeah, see, I can push it off the overloader a little bit. So you can see that it's basically we're we're maxed out, because you really don't want to have more weight in the truck, because you're going to pull the front end up way too high. So check the bump stop here, and we can see that we have about 2 inches from the stop, so that's good. You could get a lot more weight in here, but the problem is your headlights are going to be way up in the sky. Your truck's going to be squatted right down. This was a 1970, so it's pretty old. We have a 1970 on top of a brand new truck, and let's take a look here, both sides. So this camper here was on my 77 GMC 3/4 ton. It takes the camper okay, it's just really underpowered. It is a little nerve-wracking to drive when this is on top of the 3/4 ton GMC, but in this truck here, it takes it really well. We temporarily hooked it in here to move it, because I took it off of my truck and moved it with the new truck. And so it's just temporarily put in there, and we're just using the 10,000 pound tie down straps. So they just go down to the frame, and we have our ratchet tie down under there. So that works well to temporarily hold it in. So I've tapped into the lights to run the running lights on the trailer, so we have all the side markers. And they're connected into the truck, so we have our brake and running light down here. So this is a 1-ton truck, and it takes the camper okay, but it is squatted down a little bit. So the problem you have if you load the truck down and it squats down in the back is the front end raises up. And then unfortunately, you start getting flashes from other drivers. They think you have your high beams on. So what we've done here is we've just put some tape onto the lens. It's just black tape. So we had to put some tape onto the lens so that it wasn't blinding people. So we just blacked it out at the top here. And people stopped flashing after we did that, and that can just be peeled right off. It's not going to leave any residue or anything like that. It wasn't too bad. We've had loads in other trucks, half tons, and they're flashing a lot more because the truck is squatted more than this. So to move this thing around all the time, you're going to want to have it up maybe a little bit more. So you need to then add a leaf spring, or you could put an air spring in there beside it. So you can get those kits that you could put in beside the leaf springs, and then that can just level it out for you. With this camper here, it's a heavy one, so you would want to raise it a little bit, but it does take it no problem. Another little trick we had to do with this old camper, this camper is over 40 years old, is that we had to put some plywood in the bottom, because we wanted to raise it up a little bit. You can see how high it's up on this one here. On my GMC, on my 77, this is basically touching. But in this truck here, we need it higher. Because of the clearance problem here, it's very close. We had to actually add a 3/4 inch piece of plywood in there as well to raise it up just a little bit, and so it cleared it. If you didn't put the plywood in there, you'd be right on the roof of this truck, and you don't want to do that. So that was another little trick that we had to do. Just fire it up. So it's all blacked out because the camper's in there, and this truck here takes the camper no problem. It has 6.7 liter diesel engine in it, and it has so much power, it just hauls this like nothing. Like, we can go up hills and just idle up the hill, and 480 horsepower, 800 foot-pounds of torque, so it has a lot of power. All right, so that was the Ford F350 Super Duty, putting it through the paces, showing you guys what kind of weight you can get in this truck. So basically it's just a bunch of footage I put together using the truck, and I have a couple other trucks I've been using, and I might post a few more videos. Well, thank you for watching.